evening, students. Myself, Chodappa RC, Assistant Professor of Commerce, GFGC, Portigre. Today, we discuss about nature of international business, scope or importance of international business, and futures of international business. Actually, nature and futures are one and same. There is no changes. So, we discuss very smoothly about nature, scope and importance and futures of international business. What is the nature of international business? Actually, international business meaning and definition we discussed in the last video, and also objectives also discussed. To conduct international business, main aim to earn the huge profits and also to face competition. In regarding that, what is the main nature of international business? There are so many points out there. In that first one, international restrictions means some of countries not allow the companies for international business because actually they have trade barriers, trade blocks, quotas, foreign exchange restrictions on international business. What type of trade blocks, foreign exchange restrictions or tariffs which are imposed by the countries which is harmful to international business? This is the first point. And second one, benefits to participating countries means which country participating in international business they got more benefit, like developed countries and developing countries. Developed countries like USA, Japan and others, Germany and others, and developing countries they got benefit about good technology, capital outlay, human resource and so many other benefits from other countries. That's why it is one of the very important feature. Participating countries get more benefits. Next, another one point, large scale operations. You know very well, the international business is conducted only for large scale operations, not small scale. Small scale operations are conducted only for within the country, within the domestic country. That's why the domestic business go to abroad or extend their business in 2 or more countries because of to conduct the large scale operation or large scale business. And another one point, integration of economy is possible. Integration of economy means here international business combines number of countries economies, means many countries economies, because in one country, because the production is possible in one country and marketing or what you call sales is another one country, therefore number of countries economies are integrated. That's why because of these what you call international business companies, they use labor in one country, capital in one country and also what you call infrastructure in another country. That's why ಯಾಕೆ ನಾನು ಈಗ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಔಟ್ಸೋರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಅಸೆಂಬಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಔಟ್ಸೋರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕೋ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆಗ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮೆನಿ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. That is very important point. And another one, dominated by developed countries. Developed already ನಾನು last point ಹೇಳಿದೆ. Developed countries means USA, Japan, German. These are the developed countries. They are dominant in the international business. They are dominant. They are, because of why? These countries companies, they use high technology and they use human resource with high salary. Therefore, they dominate in the international business, and they dominate in the international market, and they dominate in the international product. That is very important point. Okay. Therefore, always developed countries dominate the international business, but developing countries get the benefits only. And next one, market segmentation is possible. Means international business is based on market segmentation on the basis of geographic segmentation of consumers. ಅಂದರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಈ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿಕ್ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ಸ್ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಟು ಅನದರ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್. Consumers' preferences are different from one market to another market. Therefore, the international company must produce the goods and services according to the what are the markets which are in the global level. ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಅವರು ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಔಟ್ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್. And another one, sensitive in nature, means international business is always sensitive in nature. Why it is called sensitive? Because of most of all countries, economic policies, political issues, legal issues are changes one by one immediately. ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವು ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು 5 ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಯಾ ದೇಶದ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಯಾ ದೇಶದ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಯಾ ದೇಶದ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಯಾ ದೇಶದ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಯಾ ದೇಶದ ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Therefore, that company must have a positive role in that country. That's why always international business is sensitive in nature. According to the market, according to the technology, according to the policy, according to the economy, according to the environment, the changes establish their business. This is related to nature of international business. Then next turn to another one topic, scope of international business or importance of international business. Maybe scope, importance and benefits ಅಥವಾ advantages is one same. There is no changes. Anyone advantages ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರು ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೋಬಹುದು, ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಇದನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೋಬಹುದು, ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಇದನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೋಬಹುದು. Why given more scope for international business? Already we have discussed about objectives. What are the objectives are there? They should be considered for importance. Okay, on the basis of objectives ನಾವು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. You know very well, business is conducted internationally in more than one country. It is nothing but international business. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ದೇಶಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ that is international business. It involves transaction of goods, services between the two countries. International business means goods and services are transferred from one country to another country. Transfer from one country to another country. What you call goods and services are what you call between transaction between the goods and services between the two countries. These transactions are conducted at the global level across the national borders. That's why given a more importance for international business. And international business is very large in size, very important. ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಅದು ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಹೊರತು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ದಿಸ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ help in improving standard of living people. That is very important. What you called very important benefit ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the business, international business, which helps in improving the standard of living of people in different countries, in supplying high quality of goods, and also another benefit, international business supply the high quality of goods to the people, and international business is different. So now already there are different modes are there for international conduct the international business, like exporting, like licensing, like franchising, like what you call the foreign direct investment. These are the number of modes are there, like joint venture, like merger. So in these two modes, any one company is entering into the international business very well. When at the time of entering into the international business, they help improve the standard of living of the people in different countries, and also they supply the good quality of goods to people in different countries. Therefore, what are the benefits are there? That is continued importance of the scope, and that is continued one by one points. What is the benefits? That is one very important benefit. It increases the foreign investment. Foreign investment means outlay of capital is increases. Very important. ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಂದರೆ, ಎನಿ ಒನ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಇಫ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇನ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಅಥವಾ ವಾಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ, ಇಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಅದರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಟು ಅನದರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ. ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್, the investors invest money more and more. Therefore, foreign investment is increases. Foreign investment is increases. That is one of the benefit. Second one, exports and imports of merchandise. Means what? Exporting and importing is most fundamental and largest mode of international business. Exporting and importing is one of the very important activity for conducting the international business activity. It is one of the easiest way to earn the what you call the market, to get the market for the products, and also what you call the very small capital. Any one company with small capital, they enter into the international business. They enter into the international business. That is the first one. So, second one. Next one, licensing and franchising. Very important. For entering into the international business, any one company follow different modes, but licensing and franchising is a very different modes. Through this mode, any one company is entering into the international business, they get the more benefits. Therefore, licensing and franchising is very important modes of international business. Another one, service exports and imports. Means service exports and imports means the service of exports and imports, it increases the international trade between the countries. It increases the international trade between the countries. When it increases the trade between the two countries, it improves the rate of return, and it improves the foreign return also. Next, growth opportunities. Means to conduct the international business, automatically it increases the growth opportunities. Means the corporations will seek new opportunities for economic growth. So always number of countries now conduct ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆಯಾ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್, ಎಕಾನಮಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅನದರ್ ಒನ್ very important, earn foreign exchange. Very simple advantage or benefit from the international business. From international business, always all company and all countries get foreign exchange returns. Foreign means valuable foreign exchange earn ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Next one, optimum utilization of resources. Very simple. Any one company establish their business in international business, they get optimum utilization of technology, capital, human resource, and all other resources which are available in the entire global level. And another one main benefit, or why given more importance to the what you call the international business, another one is achieve its objectives. Very important. Any one company is entering into the international business, it must achieve its objectives. What is the main objective of, ನಾವು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಟು ಹರ್ನ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್. ಸೊ ಹರ್ನ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೇನ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಟು ಹರ್ನ್ ದ ಹ್ಯೂಜ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಎನಿ ಒನ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್, ದೇ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ another one point, another one benefit or importance to spread business risk means when any one company enter into the international business, automatically the risk is what you call reduced, because of the business risk always reduced. Number of countries ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದೇ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ, ಸಪೋಸ್ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಗ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Another one point, improve organization's efficiency. Very important, it improves the organization efficiency. ಯಾಕೆ organization efficiency ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, because of any one company if enter into the international business, that company must choose highly talented, what you called, and efficient human resource and highly qualified technology. ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೈಲಿ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫೈಡ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಮತ್ತು ಹೈಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ರೆಕ್ರೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ಡ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ means any one company enter into the international business, that company get benefits from host country and also home country government. ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಮತ್ತು ಹೋಮ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಎರಡರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಇವನ್ನ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟು, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ತಮ್ಮ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಕನ್ಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂತ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟು ಕಂಪನಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಕನ್ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಫೈ, very important. Through international business, any one company, they can expand their business largely and also they can diversify their business in different countries. Means ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ತನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ತರ ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹರ್ನ್ ಹ್ಯೂಜ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಹ್ಯೂಜ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ another one benefit. This and next continued and increase competitive capacity. Very important, increase its competitive capacity. Because of competitive capacity ಅಂದಾಗ any one company if conduct international business, it choose superior technology, it choose a good management techniques, good marketing techniques. When that company select good marketing techniques, management techniques or technology, automatically it increase the competitive capacity of that company and also that industry. And another one point, high living standards means, already as in first point alone, living standards of the people of the country, maybe host country or home country, they be increased. Okay. And another point, division of labor and specialization is possible. Very important advantage from the international business. Division of labor and division of specialization is possible. Easily the labor is divided according to their capacity, their skill, their talent. And next one, increased socio-economic welfare from the international business. Not only GDP and also it increases the socio-economic welfare. Means what you called or people in the conduct business in the different countries, that country's socio-economic welfare is increased and it creates a market, global level, wider market. Means wider market means any one company creates that market of that product, market for that product with global level. And also another one advantage or benefit or importance, culture transformation is possible. Culture transformation means what? If any one country enter into the international business, that country's culture is transferred to another country and another country's culture is transferred to this country. There is culture transformation is possible. These are the number of points which are discussed, actually 18 points which are discussed related to importance and scope. For these reasons, for these benefits, for these advantages, given more importance or more scope to international business. This is very important. And next, features. Actually features which are discussed in the nature. ನೇಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅದೇ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಒಂದು ಇದನ್ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಾನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್, ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್, ಅದರ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಮುಖ್ಯ ಉದ್ದೇಶ. ಯು ನೋ ವೆರಿ ವೆಲ್, ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್, ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್. And integration of economies is possible because of in one country labor is available, in one country capital is available, in one country what called technology is available. Therefore the business is conducted number of countries. Business is what called production in one country, what called outsourcing in another country, and marketing is another country. That's why integration of economy is possible. Dominated by developing countries, that is very important. Already ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ನೇಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸೇಮ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Dominated by developed countries, means USA, Japan and German and other entire whatever the developed countries MNCs are there, they are dominating the international business. Benefits to participating countries. Which are the countries participate in the international business? They get maximum benefit of good technology, good capital outflow, and also what called a skilled manager and employees. And another one what you call feature, keen competition, means international business face a good competition. ನೀವು ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪನಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ಗೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಅಂಡ್ another one point, social role of science and technology, very important. International business is mainly depend upon the science and technology. Always a good science and good technology, it increases the international business. And also another one, international restrictions. ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೇಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. So most of all the countries, they have international restrictions for the international business, like trade barriers, trade blocks, tariffs, quotas and other etc. It is very harmful to international business. And another one, sensitive in nature, means always international business is sensitive in nature because of ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಸಹ ನೇಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಎನಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ, ಎನಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ what you called political issues, any changes in the legal issues, any changes in the environment, any changes in the what you called cultural of the any one country, it is affected to other countries also. It is affected to the companies also. That's why always international business is sensitive in nature. Sensitive in nature. These are the features of international business. Therefore, nature of international business ಮತ್ತೆ features of international business is one and same. There is no changes. Everyone ಒಂದಿನ same points ಇದೆ. And scope, importance and what you call benefits ಅಥವಾ advantages ಅದನ್ನು ಸಹ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. These are the points which are discussed today. What you call nature, features of international business and scope and importance of international business. These are very important for 5 months and also 15 months. In next video we discuss about modes of international business. Thank you.